people was too thick to see into the window or doorway. "Maybe we should come back later when the line isn't so long," said Henry. Violet agreed.
"Even if people think this place is so great, I can't believe their doughnuts are better than the ones they make at Delilah's donut shop. And there's never a line like this there."
"These doughnuts look crazy,"
said Benny, coming out of the crowd.
"I ducked down and got close to the window, and I saw one that had bacon and syrup on it."
"I don't know if that sounds great or terrible," Jessie chuckled, "but I am curious what other kinds they have."
As the children watched, people strolled out of the busy doorway carrying small bags and paper coffee cups.
"It's really full in there," Henry said, standing on his tiptoes. "It doesn't look like there's any place to sit."
"That's weird," said Violet. "I like to sit down and enjoy my food like we do at Delilah's." "I agree," said Jessie. "Why don't we go see what's going on there?"
"And get some doughnuts,"
said Benny.
"Do you think they have ones with bacon and syrup?"
"Oh, Benny," said Jessie. "You know the real attraction is our friends, Don and Steve. I wonder how they feel about the new donut shop in town."
The children turned to leave, but a tall, thin delivery man in a brown uniform was right behind them. He had a two-wheeled hand truck loaded with boxes and was trying to get through the crowd.
"Sorry, folks," he said. "Sorry, I need to get in the door. Thanks for moving aside."
As the Aldens stepped to the side, one of the boxes started to fall, and Henry caught it.
"Oh, nice reflexes, young man," the delivery man said. "Thanks for the help."
"No problem," said Henry, setting the box back onto the stack. "Do you need help getting that inside?" The delivery man shook his head.
"I should be able to weave my way in. Thanks again."
As the man disappeared into the crowd, the Aldens continued on their way. It was only a few blocks to Delilah's. When the four children stepped inside the shop, they breathed in the wonderful smell of freshly made doughnuts. There were plenty of tables in the large open room. Customers sat, chatting and enjoying themselves. A few people stood at the counter ordering. "Aldens!" cried a friendly voice. "How nice to see you!" A short, dark-skinned woman with big, smiling eyes came around the corner, wiping her hands on her apron. She gave each of the children a quick hug.
"Hi, Don," said Jessie. "We came to see you and your husband."
"And your doughnuts,"
said Benny. Dawn laughed. "Of course you did," she said. "Please take a table and come up and order what you'd like. Steve is really busy right now, but I'm sure he'll say hello when he sees you." It looked like both Steve and Dawn were extra busy, even though the shop wasn't full of customers. The children could easily see Steve because he towered over most of the customers. He had wavy silver hair and broad shoulders. He came hurrying out from the back room with a large tray of doughnuts to put onto the racks behind the counter. Then he turned quickly to help the next customer at the counter. Dawn rang up orders, brought customers their doughnuts, and refilled coffee cups for people at tables. She barely seemed to have time to say hello to customers.
"I've never seen Don and Steve so busy," said Jessie. "Dawn usually loves chatting with people. Sometimes she sits right down at the table."
"You're right, Jessie," said Henry. "I wonder what's going on."
The Aldens left their jackets at a table and went up to the counter. On the racks were signs with the names of each kind of doughnut: glazed, powdered sugar dunkers, chocolate dunkers, jelly doughnuts, and Delilah's classic buttermilk dolly doughnuts.
"They all look so good," said Jessie. "I don't think I can decide. The chocolate dunkers are kind of gooey in a great way, and the buttermilk ones are so puffy and tasty. And then there are the glazed ones that practically melt in your mouth. We could each order a different one and share them," suggested Violet.
"You guys can do that,"
said Benny.
"I want one of each."
Henry, Violet, and Jessie laughed.
"You can order one, Benny," said Henry. "We can each pick our own favorite. And let's get some milk, too."
All this time, Steve hurried to and fro, carrying trays of doughnuts from the back room. When he saw the Aldens, he smiled and waved at them, and then he hurried away. "Oh, poor Steve," said Dawn after she took the children's orders. "Our apprentice baker quit last week, and we don't have a replacement yet. We have more work than we can keep up with right now."
"What's an apprentice?"
asked Violet. "It's someone who's training for a job," said Dawn.